I have an example of Zara. I think that when she comes to school, she has to change herself or change how she acts with them to make them like her, so that she can have friends with us, so she won't be all alone. So,
what does she have to change?
she has to change her actions with them, or change how what she does in life, or act someone, not be all quiet and alone.
So, I have something completely different polarity. Mine is I thought the we was everybody, and the clock is a clock to everybody, but everybody has a different perspective to it. And I have a couple examples, not from books, but I also do have examples from books, but not from that.
Okay, but hold on. Can you just clarify your interpretation of it? Because I like the fact that it's different in that. Yeah, but what do you mean?
So everything is this pencil is the same to everybody, but everybody can look at it with a different point of view or
Great.
eye.
Interesting. Huh.
And I have a couple examples from not from the book. Could I say them?
Sure.
Okay. One is a glass full or a glass empty. And then and another one is everybody a bunch of people are at a concert, and this one person sings one song, and the song is the same to everybody, but one person could hate it, and one person could love it, or one person could but it's exactly the same to everybody. So the we change is our perception to everything.
Awesome. Yeah, it's interesting. You don't have any book examples of that?
Oh, I do.
Okay, that's okay though. So you can come back to that. But so Avery is bringing in a kind of a different. She's saying the thing is whatever is being perceived in the we is the fact that we change how that thing is being perceived in our own way, right? Is that kind of okay? Awesome.
Change it.
Yeah, right. We change the thing. That's cool. Awesome. All right, Avery, you have the floor.
Okay. The book that I'm doing is Feedback by Robinson Wells, and Benson is in his second year of the boarding school, and the school hasn't really changed, but it has changed a little bit, and he has changed his actions, I guess, have grown a little stronger, I guess, he's thought more about what he's going to do next, because in the first book, he just got there, and he doesn't really know, he meets a lot of people, but he doesn't really know what's going on. But then in the second book, he finally figures out what's happening and what he needs to fix. Okay. I think the quote means to change things, you have to change yourself. And my example is in Harry Potter. He doesn't really want to die, and it's sort of because as he matures and realizes that in order to save the world and from Voldemort, he has to die. And so, yeah. So he changed himself to save others.
Nice.
Thanks, McAllister. I agree with what McAllister said. To change things, you have to change yourself. And my example is in The Perfect Shot by Walter Dean Myers. Right at the beginning, the boy Drew was totally focused on Amanda dying and how she was murdered, and that made everything.
By Elaine Elfin.
Oh, it's
the murder mystery one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's by her.
Yeah, you're thinking of.
Walter Dean Myers.
No, you're thinking. I think The Last Shot is Walter Dean Myers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but right at the beginning, he was totally focused on Amanda dying, and it made everything in his life bad, and it made his basketball bad. And then he realized he had to mature, and he had to like change himself if he wanted to get better at basketball and go on with his life.
So, awesome. So two of the things I've heard kind of echoing here, I've heard the word mature, okay? So I want to make sure that we are kind of being a little bit more specific about what does that mean for specific characters, or what does it mean just to mature. Okay, hold on. And the other thing too is, yeah. What else did you say? I'm sorry, Jake.
There was all about the basketball thing. Mine was like the same as McAllister.
Okay.
If you want to change, then you have to change if you want something to change, you have to change yourself.
Okay. Yeah, so let's try to focus on what does that specifically mean for specific characters, or just in general. Like, what does it mean to mature? Okay, you have the floor, Jake.
Nolan.
Well, I don't really have a book example for this, but mine is like, if you like really like something and then you suddenly like it gets boring or something, then like it's not that thing or hobby or whatever is changing, it's that you're changing. So like, yeah, kinda like you're changing, so it's not that thing changing, it's you changing.
Right. And so why, or what's... Like, I was thinking, like, who changes, how, and why?
Well, the person, or you, or whoever, is changing, is, getting bored, or...
Well, let's say, okay, like Legos. Okay, oh, I don't like Legos anymore, so why not?
Why? Because you're getting bored.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So it's that whole maturity thing, but what does it mean? Okay, so you're getting bored. Okay, well, what's that mean? Or why? You know what I mean? So that's just let's keep on pushing on that. But good, Nolan. You have the floor, Nolan.
Caleb.
Okay. My kind of interpretation of quotes like Jake said on McAllister's, but the book I'm using is The Hunt, and
Andrew Fukada.
Yeah. The time I'm using in the book is when Ashley is in the chamber with Hagrid, and how do you pronounce his name? Is it like Gene or Glenn or?
What, say it again?
Gene.
How do you spell it?
Gene.
Gene?
Yeah.
Gene, yeah, you could just say Gene.
And he has to try to save her, but he doesn't, it's not really, it's his main goal, but he has to realize that it's not just going to happen that it's, the hunters are basically just going to let him save her. So, but if he... Can I think about this for a second?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rich.
Okay,
So reread your thing, so you can...
I have another opinion, and I have some examples. So I think when we do something about something, it's not because of what happened. Like, for example, like, you know, if something bad happens, but it's how that affects you. So my example is invariant, when his...
I don't get it.
Okay.
Just help me out.
Okay, so like, say like, there's I don't know, you realize that your friend is actually a monkey, okay?
Wow. That would be devastating.
Okay, so it'll change you to act about what's wrong, like something.
Okay.
If it affects you, if something affects you, it'll make you change
Okay.
to
I
act.
got you.
So it's
Yep.
like
Okay.
it's basically like a lot of the times we use in books to get people to like really angry.
Yep.
And so like when Jane becomes a sergeant.